All right, y'all, this is our take. This is Marc, the moderator.
Leaf is only family, Brooklyn forever.
Avery the Process, Albany and Troy, Bergen, 8D, holla at me.
Bundy, East Flatbush.
Oh,
Yo, we got a special guest joining us here tonight. This is Bundy from Brooklyn. He's one of our loyal followers on YouTube, IG. So we asked him to come in and join us, and he's going to get at us. He is going to debate us, as he always talk about that some of our opinions is kind of wrong in his eyes. So
it's not wrong. It's outdated.
Say what?
The only thing wrong is
outdated.
That outdated. He got a Mets cap on talking about outdated. But listen up.
Man, chill.
The first topic, which we're going to talk about, and it's an interesting topic. As you know, the Michael Jordan documentary drops in 3 more days. No, 3 more days.
No. 3
more days. And what I want to ask the panel is this question. If Phil Jackson never joins the Bulls, is Michael Jordan the greatest player as people have him as the GOAT, the great player? Would he still be that without Phil Jackson? In your opinion? Of course, we don't know, but I'm throwing it out there.
I think, he'll still be a great player. Like, he was probably the best player on the court when he was losing. But as far as the coaching aspect Phil Jackson came in and had to show him things that, he had to change in his game. Like, you can't go 1-on-3. You know what I mean? Your teammate is open. Make that pass once in a while and let the defense see that you're doing different things. So just coaching a person up was great. But, he would still be the GOAT, bro. Like,
all right.
Yeah, I mean, so a twist to that is Phil Jackson the great coach that made the great Mike, really?
Good question.
But I mean, let's be clear. Mike put up that 60-point game, less Phil Jackson, if I got it right. I think that was Doug Collins. So he was on his way. Would he have been as successful with his resume read, the championships, less Phil Jackson? Obviously, that's more the question. But Mike would have been great. Would he have been this great player that we look at? Because as I stated to you guys, when we start talking about splitting hairs, what is the ultimate elixir with splitting hairs? It turns out to be, he got championships. You know what I'm saying? So to add that into his portfolio is just, that's what makes him, that's what puts him over the top. And then his effect on society in itself, right, is Mike. I think he could have done that less Phil Jackson. You understand what I'm saying? I think he would have still been Air Jordan without Phil Jackson.
I agree.
I just don't think his portfolio reads what it reads. But this dude would have been a great player regardless. Yeah. Absolutely.
And his work ethic was always there. So that's not something that Phil Jackson came in and instilled.
Yeah.
Bundy?
All right, so I saw the end of that, the last 3P. I didn't see the first one.
Dang, you that young, yo? Damn.
Yeah, I'm not young. I saw the last 3P.
Wow.
I was alive for the first one.
Okay.
I understand it.
Wow.
Wow. All right, but from what I saw from Jordan, and I've watched everything you could watch on Jordan. I bought every DVD. I've watched everything you could watch on YouTube. The man was great. And if we're going to talk greatness of just the individual player, look at what they knighted LeBron on the entrance without any play or anything. Mike came in and he proved it with his game. Like, look at his first playoff game against his first playoff series against the Celtics. He put up 63 against Larry and them. He lost the game, but I'm sure Larry and them went to the locker room and was like, yo, this dude is going to give us hell for the near future. Like, to this day, I was a baby watching Jordan. I could still say I ain't never seen nothing like it. To this day, I watch plays and I see him and I'm like, damn, man. Like, who can do that? How do you, like, just read what somebody's going to do 5 steps before that? Phil don't got nothing to do with that man's greatness. That man is the GOAT with or without Phil.
Uh-oh, here we go. Y'all ready?
Yo, I'm going to totally disagree because
we knew. No surprise there.
Because of this here, what I look at is this: Jordan as a player, I think he would have been viewed very, very differently had he not had the Phil Jackson. The reason being is somewhat what Lee said. He had to learn how to win. He was going up against the Boston, he was going up against the Pistons, and he was losing. Until Phil Jackson came aboard and really built a system around him and taught him how to actually win, we would have viewed Mike like other players, really. I mean, he had the flash, but Dominique put up a lot of points. He didn't win.
Oh my gosh.
Winning is the no. Listen, I'm saying to you, winning is the mix that made his greatness. Because if he's losing, think about this. We talked about Kobe for a long time that he had to win without Shaq. Until you can prove it, winning is the key. I'm not talking about just chips, but when you're looking at a guy like Jordan, his greatness is tied into all of the winning which the Bulls did.
Well, I think, all right, so from this standpoint, right? Like we seen the Lakers win those chips. We seen the Celtics win those chips, right? So of course, you know, we ain't as old as you. But to me, like the standard of winning was set by Mike. Even though I think that's false. Like now, you know, you get older, you see things like it's false. So like everyone always say, you know, 6-0, but no one brings up the 11 chips over there in Boston. You feel what I'm saying? So the media makes it look like the standard is set by Mike. But Mike was also pushed to be the face because, you know, like Avery brought up what he did for Nike, what he was doing for the game of basketball itself. So I think, he was a great basketball.
Let me ask you a question. Is he the Michael Jordan if he's not winning? Because his height came with right around the 90s is really when Michael Jordan exploded. So I'm just asking the question, do you think it's the same thing with that fact that he doesn't win chips?
And here's the reason why I'm going to say yes, he is, because it was just more than basketball. It was about branding. So I think because of the branding, he would have been the Michael Jordan, even if he won 2 chips. You feel what I'm saying? Like what? LeBron is what, 3-8 in the finals? Yo, he's still LeBron because of the branding. You know what I mean? The sports fans in us is gonna knock him for the L's, and we would have knocked Mike for those L's, but I think he would have still been the same because of he's a commercial.
But is he the GOAT still? That's what I'm asking the question.
I see what you're trying to do. So. I see what you're doing, Marc.
I think so.
I understand.
But Marc, I think you posed this question wrong. I don't even think it should have been Phil Jackson because what they say is Mike never won without Scottie Pippen.
Don't talk about Pippen, man. Let's not do that, man. I knew he was going to go there. I knew. But with you saying that, let me say it. You know, Mike gets all the credit is the cast around him, the Pippen, the Phil Jackson. Do they get lost in this conversation?
No, they don't get lost. Phil Jackson doesn't get lost. Scottie Pippen needs to get lost. The other dudes do get lost.
I don't know what's up with y'all with Scottie, man. I really don't know what's up with y'all with Scottie.
Scottie was very intricate. From what I watched.
Yeah, like what are y'all talking about? Like stop saying a lot. Trash,
he took a good amount off for Jordan, man. Defensively, especially. Defensively, especially, man.
Marc, you want to hear something?
Defensively, especially. From what I watched, he wasn't killing scoring, but defensively, just being able to move the ball. Scottie Pippen did a lot more than y'all give him credit for.
Yo, listen.
Oh, wait, Bundy, let me just jump in real quick. These dudes forget Scottie could have been MVP the year Mike wasn't there. Like, I'm not a – listen, wait, time out.
How you going to win MVP averaging 20 points? Which MVP you going to see win MVP average 20?
Okay, y'all going to let me finish?
Go ahead, bro. 21 points.
I'm not a Scottie fan, but for the life of basketball, I can't let y'all do this. I cannot sit here and let y'all do this.
What, that say he was overrated?
No, what I'm saying is it's the same thing. When LeBron left that Cleveland team, tell me what that Cleveland team did afterwards. When Mike left that Bulls team, you're gonna sit here and tell me you thought the Bulls were gonna be that good? You thought Scottie would lead the Bulls there?
Let me ask you a question. And how much times have I said this to you before? One thing, and I'm glad that Marc asked that initial question because one thing that always get lost in the Chicago Bulls thing is actually how good the team was. And I've said this before. People sleep on how good that team actually was because they can win games without Mike. They just couldn't get over the hump without Mike. That's the biggest problem.
And who's the intricate person in that team that was that good, Leaf?
Phil Jackson.
See what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yo, this is insane. I've never heard of this.
I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm gonna prove it to you. When Scotty had his shining moment, Phil Jackson called the timeout and he drew up a play for Tony Kukoc. He didn't draw the play up for Scotty.
That's what we gonna do. Y'all gonna draw it up to one play. That's what y'all gonna do right now. That's what y'all gonna do right now. So wait. When Mike had his shining moment against the Knicks and he dropped 55, who hit the game-winning shot? Bill Wennington. What does that mean to me? What does that mean to me?
Who passed the
Mike,
ball?
don't cut it out. Don't count that one. That was an eat. Mike could have shot that one. He just chose to dump it. It was that.
Yeah, but could we please stop dismissing Scottie Pippen like he wasn't important? Stop it, y'all.
No,
He's overrated.
Okay.
I'm not dismissing him. It's these two dudes.
He's overrated.
They're crazy.
Here's another fact. Somebody told me that Mike didn't win his first playoff series until Scotty got there. You know how much Scotty averaged in that first series?
What?
Yo,
somebody, man?
Yo, bro.
Let
me ask you a question, Leaf. How important was Draymond to the Warriors?
You don't want to ask me that question because you know how I feel about Draymond. Next.
Yo, bro, you pull them away. Do they win? Were they 73-9 and all of that?
Stop this false narrative. Yo, stop listening to the radio, man. The radio tells
Draymond is that.
Yo,
the stat sheet is not going to always tell you what a guy is doing.
How important is Draymond Green to the Warriors right now?
No, I'm not gonna let y'all do that. No, I'm not gonna let y'all do that. No, I'm not gonna let y'all do that. Firstly, again, I'm not a Draymond fan.
These guys don't show up in the stat sheet, but what they do for their team.
No one is saying. Hold on, no one is doubting that. But Bundy, you have to realize what Scottie Pippen is ranked. Scottie Pippen got put on the top 50 list over people like Dominique Wilkins.
There it is. There it is, Lee. There it is. You just showed your stripes. You're mad because he was one of the 50 greatest players.
That's exactly what it is. But that's overrated. He's overrated to what he did for his team.
But here's the funny thing, which always kills me, y'all. It's like y'all make narratives for certain people, but it is not across the board. I bring up Robert Horry, how Robert Horry did a lot, and people run to his points, his scoring, and he was an intricate part of winning for the teams he was on. But he is
all three teams.
He is dismissed constantly. But y'all give credit to.
Hold on, wait. I just want to make sure I got this clear. Please, for my own edification.
I have a studio audience.
Are we comparing Robert Horry to Scottie Pippen? I just want to make sure that
I'm comparing the narratives being used when we talk about this. These narratives seem to be only used for certain players. For other players, it doesn't cross over.
Nah, real talk. I need to know.
Listen,
what did Scotty do to y'all? I need to figure this out, B. I gotta know what's
happening. He got in the top 50 and they mad at that.
There's something happening, G.
Listen, I have a studio audience with me, right? My wife just said Scottie Pippen is overrated for this one reason. Because he is associated with Michael Jordan. You think of Jordan, you think of Pippen, you think of Jordan. Which it shouldn't be. Pippen has done nothing for us to sit there and be like, yo, look, this guy is this and that. He should have not been on the dream team over Isaiah. He should have not made top 50 players. Let's keep it a buck.
There it is.
He went along for the ride. He went along for the ride.
There it is.
He went along for the ride, bro.
Listen, Lee. I will always say he was one of the best Robins to ever play the game. But they talk about him like he was Batman.
No. But Marc, I'm okay with that. I'm just saying, stop being dismissive of his impact as he wasn't important. You could have did that less Scotty. Mike gets 6 rings without Scotty. Stop it, y'all.
Wait, Avery.
Get a dude credit, that's all I'm saying.
Avery, what did he do that stand out to you, Avery?
In my opinion, if you look at it from just a holistic perspective, this is where I had respect for Scotty. That year, as I stated, after Mike left, if you mean to tell me, and you just can't say, yo, because he didn't drop 30 a game. The year after Scotty left, he played an intricate role on that team. And him not did it by himself. And I'm not saying that they didn't have a good team. I'm just saying that less Scotty does that team as successful. Less the Fugazi, Hubert Davis foul are the Bulls not in the Eastern Conference Finals or the finals? What are we talking about?
Avery, let me ask
you a question. Did they make it?
let me ask you a question. The following year, when Mike comes back, was Pippen a better player or the same player?
I think he was the same player, and I think Mike wasn't the better player. I think Mike wasn't ready to come back. 4 or 5, Michael, when they lost to Orlando, he wasn't ready yet. You know what I mean? Or you talking about that full year?
The full year after that.
No, I think what Phil Jackson did, and this is where I'll say I give Phil credit, Phil then orchestrated his offense to be circled around Michael Jordan like he had before. And he put the right components in. Let's not act like Scottie wasn't a glue guy. Let's not act like Draymond is not a glue guy.
Hold on. Yo, Avery, does it not work because of Scottie? Like, think about it. Who helped the offense move? Was it the point guard or was it Scottie more?
Do you realize you can find a Scottie Pippen at any corner store?
I can answer that. But let's be very clear. It was the triangle that helped Scottie. Let that offense, and this is where I'm giving Phil Jackson credit. Let's not front like Phil wasn't one of the best coaches ever in the NBA, although he had the talent. Let's not act like that.
All right, y'all. On that note, listen, this was a
great conversation. Stop
right
doing that to Scottie, man. Come on, y'all.
On that one, Abe.
Yo, Pippen ain't easy. All right, yo. Peace out, y'all.
That was funny.